Agreed. Greetings and salutations.
The universe is just doomed. 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 Doomed.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back.
It's us, Nicole.
And Tessa.
And?
Me, your dirty pillows, Liana.
Oh, Liana is all of our dirty pillows
Everyone
tonight.
can see her.
Because, of course, we brought them because they're attached to us. What else are you
that
gonna
would
do?
be weird
Can't
if
leave
like
them
I
home.
left my
I
dirty
left my
pillows.
dirty pillows at home. Shit. I knew I forgot
I
something.
need a bumper sticker that says that. Like, don't follow me. I left my dirty pillows at home.
And so, yes, you heard that right. Our Mother's Day episode
Yes.
is about yet another wonderful mother
Bad
best.
mother.
in Carrie.
Yes. And this was originally supposed to be a momentary.
Right. We were going to either try to have our moms here or just get little individual recordings of like our moms remember,
Thoughts or
whatever
whatever.
thoughts on Carrie. And why don't you start? Because
Well, I mean, at the very least, my mom admits to showing this to me during a spendover that I swear you were at, Liana, but we can't be 100%
when you were
sure about
approximately
that.
how old do you think?
Oh God, it would have had to have been like what, 11?
11
Okay.
or 12.
Yeah,
max.
11 or 12 perhaps. Yeah, that would be the eldest that we would have been.
A lot of
sure.
bush for an
A
11-year-old.
lot of bush for
So
an
much
11-year-old, 100%. And she was like, I'm sorry I showed that to you. I
No,
just
but it
wanted
made
you
me
to
who I
like, I
am
was
today.
like, but really
Why?
though, like, why are you sorry? Because I love this fucking movie.
Right.
Truly. It started my love affair with Brian De Palma, that little freak.
That
little freak.
He
It was
sure
the perfect
is.
time for all that bush.
Well, that
Right,
too. It
you
was
know?
the perfect time for all that bush. I was like, oh, am I going to have a freak out? Am I going to get telekinetic powers when my period starts? That's cool.
That would have been awesome.
That's cool.
But then, of course, my mom, Stephen King fan extraordinaire, who I watched the miniseries It with,
Yeah.
who I read she had all of these
But
Stephen King
did you,
books on
though?
the shelf. And I said to her, we're going to do Carrie for Mother's Day. And she said, I don't think I've seen that movie all the way through. And I said, but Mother, you love The Greatest American Hero.
I know.
Your boy, William Katt, is walking on air.
You have made that a point to say that
And
you
she
love
gave
that.
me this look. She rolled her eyes and she said, I don't like that kind of Stephen King story. And I said,
what other
what
kind
children
is
and
there?
murder and telekinesis?
What
Are there
other kind is there?
aren't
Love
all
and
of them-
romance?
right? I was like, do you know she has telekinesis and she kills a bunch of people, right?
Right.
Like, and she's
Right.
like, and she just kind of shook her head like, it's not for her. And I'm like, why do you do this to me, Mom?
Why do you do this to me,
do this to
Mom? This is not the second Mother's Day in a row, but the second Mother's Day she has ruined
That a movie
with
that
your
I
false memory.
am just sure that she showed me that she said literally those same words. I don't think I've ever seen that movie all the way through. And I'm like, then who was showing me Tommy?
Right. I know.
Repeatedly.
Again, at least my mother copped to that shit. She was like, yeah, I showed you Tommy, showed you the wall. Fucking what?
But
Fucking
then
what?
But then in
Yeah,
talking
even my
about,
mom.
in talking about all the different babysitters I had, I started to think, I'm like, you know what? I bet a lot of these movies I didn't watch with my mom.
Right. Maybe.
Because I had these 20-something-year-old babysitters.
It would make more sense.
Yeah. And so I think a lot of the shit I wasn't supposed to see, I saw with them.
My mom was just straight up traumatizing me. She's like, watch this shit. Look
I
at this
swear
bush.
we did
Yeah.
watch the It miniseries as it aired
Yeah.
on TV. And I think I was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause
That was my
what,
dad.
92?
Yeah, that was my dad for
92
sure. And he was
is
like,
when
Okay, so I was like 12.
91? Yeah,
Somewhere,
yeah.
I was between 10 and 12, somewhere in there.
Right.
So, yes, let's get into this Stephen King, Brian De Palma.
Right. And this is one, this was the first novel that Stephen King wrote.
Okay.
And he threw it away because he didn't like it or he was struggling with it or whatever. And his wife dug it out the trash and was like, no, this is actually pretty good. Like, you need to
woman
go with
saves the
this.
day.
A woman saves the day. Miss Tabitha King saved the day.
Look at you go, Tabitha.
And look at what it has become. And he actually likes this one. This is another one of the adaptations that he favors.
That's why I'm surprised they did a mini series later, because usually that only
He
happens when he
never
doesn't like
mentioned
the
that.
movie.
He didn't mention that one in the things that I saw, but he did mention the remake in like
Oh, the 2013 or whatever.
right, but why though? Is what his like why
But
when
why?
the 1976 one's so good? Why would you remake this
They
movie?
keep doing that with so many things, and that's the thing. If it was a movie that had a good idea but it
Right.
wasn't well executed, then sure,
Yeah.
remake it because you can
sure,
do
but
better.
that was so good.
But don't give me another Carrie.
and that 2013 one was bad.
Yeah,
it
I
was
didn't
bad.
see
I
that one.
watched all the Carries for y'all.
I only watched
all
the
the
Rage
Carries
Carrie
for you.
2.
I love that movie. I don't care. But I was telling the guys yesterday before you signed on about the Mike Flanagan Carrie that's supposed to happen with well, now I saw that it's not going to be the little girl from Hereditary.
Oh, but it
I
was
saw it
going to
was
be for a
supposed to
minute.
be somebody else, but for a minute I saw that it was going to be a little girl from Hereditary, and of course, the mother played by Samantha Sloyan, the one that was fucking Bev Keane in Midnight Mass.
Oh, Midnight Mass.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. If you see her, you're like, ooh, I fucking hate that bitch. That's how good she was. Fucking hate that bitch.
Right.
She's probably really nice, but fuck her. So,
So let's get in the cast.
yes, let's do it. We have Sissy Spacek as
Carrie
Carrie White
White.
or Carrietta.
Carrietta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrietta. What's her name? Her mom says it once in this movie. She calls her Carrietta.
Oh.
But in the
Yes.
book, it's Carrietta White.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Piper Laurie is Margaret White.
Amy Irving is Sue Snail.
What a name.
I know.
She's the only one that got a weird, like, Sue Snell.
Sue
What a name.
Snail.
William Katt, Tommy Ross.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Never thought I could feel so free. Singing along on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Oh, yeah.
The greatest American hero.
That's right. I still, like I said, I'm like, he'd be looking fine in this, Mom. Like, if you liked him in Greatest American Hero, come on.
On those roller skates. Oh.
He be looking like Frampton Comes Alive.
Yes, he does look like Frampton Comes Alive. He does so much tooth. There's so much tooth. Like him and Sue's children would have like the curliest hair.
So crisp.
The curliest, crispiest hair.
Nancy Allen as Chris Hargenson.
Fucking Nancy.
Fucking Chris.
Fucking Chris Hargenson. Fucking Chris Hargenson.
Holding the record for most slaps
Right,
in the film.
living her life from slap to slap is what she deserves. It's what she deserves.
John Travolta as Billy Nolan.
Who got second billing just because he was a sweat hog.
Because he was John Travolta.
Well, like he really wasn't. He was only a sweat hog at that
That was the
point.
only thing he'd done.
Yeah. Like, and he showed up to the audition dressed as a Vinnie Barbarino.
Of course.
Because, you know, whatever. And clearly,
Well,
he
it was
got
the 70s.
I know. In fact, if you look at my
worked.
movie, it says Sissy Spacek, John Travolta.
Top billing
Yes.
for a bit part.
Yes. Whatever. I know. Betty Buckley as Miss Collins, who was originally Miss Desjardins.
That's, okay.
And she is in the other two renditions of Carrie. She's Miss Desjardins.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know why they changed it. I guess it was easier to say.
It's too fancy.
Too fancy.
PJ Souls as Norma.
Priscilla Pointer, Amy Irving's real life mother, as her mother, Mrs. Snell.
I was going to say they did look like they could be related.
Yeah,
Well, that's why.
and
Yeah.
we
They
saw
are.
her last week in Mommy Dearest.
That's
so back to back Priscilla
right.
Pointers of all
Yes.
fucking people.
Random deep cut.
Deep. Oh, deep cut.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's out
That
by
was
now.
fun.
Side note, we were on
Yeah.
a game show called Deep Cuts the Game, which is a podcast, and yeah, you got to come up with the deepest cuts.
Yeah,
so that
and
should
that would
be
have been a
out.
good one if we had gotten Carrie and Mummy Dearest.
Oh yeah,
We've been fighting over Priscilla Pointer.
I'm getting those points, bitch.
I'm getting those Priscilla Pointers.
Edie McClurg, and you said her
Her
debut role.
debut at 30 years old, playing
Playing a high
school
schooler.
student. Yep.
Wow.
And I didn't even get her name.
Helen.
Helen. That's correct. That's correct.
Helen.
I also have Sidney Kasich as Mr. Fromm and Stefan Giersach as Mr. Morton, the principal.
Oh, okay. I didn't write them down. That was
And,
all I had.
Michael Talbot as Freddie.
Oh, right, Freddie.
Those
Forgot
were the
about
only ones I have. Yeah, you can't forget about Freddie. Come on now. Come on now.
And they set you up to hate Chris Hardigan from minute one.
She's such a
High school gym volleyball
Thank
is not
you.
that fucking serious, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's
Who
not a
gives
team.
fucking
It's
shit?
gym class.
It's gym class. It's PE period.
The fact that
what the fuck
any
do
of
you
them were
care?
trying was a surprise.
Not
Right?
a goddamn tournament.
Right? Like no one's playing for fucking pinks.
But
There's
to
no
tell
scouts
her
in
you
the
eat
fucking
shit because
Right?
she fucking missed the ball.
Because everybody's talking shit. They're like, hit it to Carrie. She'll miss it. La da 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 da.
Little Daria. Yeah, Daria took that little moment.
I wonder if that is.
I bet it probably is.
I wonder if it is. But yeah, like they're getting way too fucking serious about PE volleyball. Hit it to Carrie, she'll fuck it up, and of course she does.
And they're
Like,
so
You eat
pissed.
shit. You eat shit. Carrie White eats shit.
Yeah. And so now the locker room.
Oh,
you guys.
long,
my God.
protracted,
Slow mo
bullshit.
to make sure
Yes.
you see every nipple of
Brian
these teenage.
De
Thank God these
Palma,
were not
you
really
little
teenage
freak.
girls.
I know. None
Oh,
of, I don't think
thank
any
you.
of them were.
All
except
the
for
bush.
Maybe Amy Irving, and she wasn't naked.
Right. There was a few.
I don't think she
Edie
was
McClurg
naked.
did not get naked. She
No,
had
she
a
had a
towel on.
but I did see her tan line, little Miss
Yeah, I
Helen.
saw a little thigh up there.
I saw the little side butt.
But yeah, either the 70s were very different or this is just Brian De Palma's kink. Because
It's
let me
gotta
tell
be.
you guys, in the 90s,
This is
was
not what
not the
happened.
locker room scene.
Hell no.
Nobody showered.
Nobody showered.
Like I
No.
said, the swim team might have when they
Because
would
of
go
the
there
chlorine.
like early in the morning.
Because you could go in your
or whatever.
bathing suit even and shower.
Girl, there were
Exactly.
webs in our fucking
Well,
showers.
like, we used
I don't
to-
even know if
in
water
there.
came out of them. Could have
we
been
would
dust.
go to the locker and grab all of our shit and go into the showers
To change.
with like 2 or 3
Yeah.
other of our friends, and we'd have our corner of the shower, and everybody would change in that little corner. Yeah, nobody showered
No.
in the showers.
And you definitely didn't do a long soap up
no,
and
oh.
self massage.
See, now this is a thing that's consistent, like I told you earlier, through like all of the Carries, the miniseries, the remake, the original.
There's always
where
a
it's
shower
like
scene.
midriff
close-up.
rubbing, soaping up of the nipples.
And if you're the awkward girl in school,
I know.
you're
What is
not
she
the one
doing?
hanging out the longest in the shower.
She can't
getting
flicker
the
bean at
soapiest.
home.
That's true.
But you
She
guys,
can't
where's
flicker
the
bean at home.
towels?
Right?
I know.
Where do they keep them?
Like they're just
I
running
didn't
through
see
the
one.
the locker room butt ass naked.
And how
I
much
know.
time do you get to shower in gym?
Right?
They're like
'Cause she
a
waited
very
until-
leisurely.
This
Yeah,
is like,
like
oh
shampooing.
God, what was it? Was it Jawbreaker? We're like, how long? Or no, Heather's. How long
Right?
is
How
this
long
lunch
is this
period?
lunch period? Exactly.
So that's how you know that this just has to be Brian De Palma's little kink.
Because we know what happens in a locker room. Girls change. We don't need a close up
They
on
change
everybody's
up-
titties.
Well, I mean, I guess you also have to reason that maybe because it's the late 70s that PE actually meant something.
I guess there was still the presidential fitness test.
Oh, yeah, like the presidential.
Do they still do that?
They do.
They
Oh,
do.
okay.
They absolutely
yeah,
do.
they do. My kid had to do it.
Remember? Oh God, what was it called? Skills Day.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what they called it
Or
at your
field
school? Was
day?
field day or skills day? They called them two
Yep.
different. It depended,
Yep.
I think, on how
And
old
all
we
you
got.
had to do was run like with an egg and a spoon.
I always got ribbons because it
Yeah.
was not hard
always
stuff.
got
It was
ribbons.
not.
Every
It was
time.
always like
Run and jump and
Yeah.
hit the
Yeah.
handball.
It was
Oh,
simple
you
you had to,
stuff.
Yeah.
like, see how high you could fucking jump.
Exactly.
I could never do the where like they put that box at the end of your feet. You'd have to like stretch and see how far you could bend over.
Oh, I
got
vaguely
short
remember
hamstrings.
that.
I could
Ooh,
never
I
do
was
that one.
badass on that. I got that
No,
freaking bendy,
I can't bend.
them
Well,
bendy
you're bendy
legs.
and weird. Your
Yana's
bones.
Gumby.
Yeah, I go right past my
She
toes.
started out as a
Little green side Buckley. Gumby. So yeah,
That's me.
So Carrie's getting real soapy.
Right.
She's massaging her titties.
Right.
Massaging her inner thighs. And she drops the soap and simultaneously for some
Right.
reason as she drops the soap.
Because she probably feels something.
You would think.
Because I mean, it feels like something.
Right. But
And
she doesn't
she's-
look like she's feeling uncomfortable until that moment.
No,
when
because she's like rubbing down the front of herself. when
Yeah.
that shit happens.
and she's bam, blood all on the inner thigh.
Right.
And
she's like, oh my God.
Wow.
it flips
Pure
the fuck
fucking
out.
terror.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, and I know we talked about him before, but her husband now, at this point, I feel like, is the set designer, whatever, Jack Fisk, that worked with her on Phantom of the Paradise.
Okay.
And she asked him, like, she asked what it was supposed to be like when she finds out, like, when she starts bleeding. Like,
Right.
What is it? They're like, it's like getting hit by a car, like getting hit by a truck or whatever. So she asked her husband, who had been hit by a car as a child, what's it like getting hit by a car? So that was her whatever.
Her
It was just like,
interpretation.
it was
Okay.
like being hit by a car.
The trauma.
Yeah,
okay.
the blood and whatever, and like panicking and freaking out because she does.
And she comes at, and now I understand if she came at me with her period blood
Right,
hands
I would be
on
Yeah.
my
upset.
white
I don't
shirt.
like
If
I
I
would be
looked
upset.
down and saw period blood on my fucking shirt, but I have to
do
wear the
what
rest
these
of the
girls
day,
do,
it is bad.
It's bad.
It's
It's bad.
so bad. Like, I can't imagine. I would hope, like I told you earlier, I would hope that I could see her for a second and realize
what's happening,
that
she thinks she's dying.
panicking. She thinks she's dying. And to think that in her mind, she thinks she's dying, and this is the way these bitches fucking treat her.
Like, ha,
Yeah.
ha,
She's
you're
about to
dying.
die.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna throw
fuck
pads
you.
at you.
Yeah.
Those
and she doesn't even
postpartum
know what the
pads.
fuck it is. Yeah. Probably got hooks on them.
They do, the
for
little
for the
belt.
hooks for
Yeah.
the belt, which I never had to use. I'm not that
No,
old.
we're not that old.
No.
That's our moms. But yeah,
She is
they
terrified.
naked and bleeding and
Help me,
crying
help
in
me,
the
help me.
shower,
Just in the corner.
shaking, and they're
They,
just
like,
chucking pads and
break
tampons
open
at her.
plug it up, plug it up, plug it up, plug it up. And then she's like, "Oh my god!" So
The
now
gym
Miss-
teacher takes forever to hear this.
Well, she's like, "What the fuck
What's going
are
on
these
now?
brats doing now?" So she comes out and sees this whole fucking debacle, and is like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! What the fuck is going on here?"
Right.
And she's like, "Carrie got her period." And she's like, "What the fuck are you like? So why
So
are
why are
we
you doing
like,
this?
Yeah, why
Yes.
are you
Yeah.
doing this?" So she runs over there, tries to like.
She can't get
She's like,
get her to hear her,
yeah,
so she
she's
like slaps her.
hyperventilating. She slaps her. The light breaks.
Right, as soon as, and so that's the very first time
Right.
we think, I'm assuming,
Yeah,
that she's
that
ever
she's
had
been
any
able-
telekinetic power. The moment
Right.
after her period started.
Which is a thing, apparently,
Yeah.
is
Right.
that when you begin your menstruation. when
Isn't
you
that a thing
enter
with like
puberty.
getting poltergeist too? Isn't
Yeah,
that a thing about
it's
kids?
like something about, maybe that's what I'm thinking, where it's like,
I feel like there's some connection to kids during
Hysteria?
puberty. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. So yeah, the teacher fucking shakes her into
right, and then
reality
she,
and
like,
sends the other kids out. Like, what the fuck?
get the fuck out of here.
And
So
they
now
all-
Sue has to go to like 5th period with period blood on her.
Oh,
on
God.
her sleeve.
She
Like,
probably
she had to wear,
borrowed
like, a loner.
Yeah.
Loner.
Not the loner. She had to go to the lost and found.
Oh, gross.
It's always like slightly wet.
Pick the least wet and stinky thing out of there to wear.
Damn.
Oh, gross. Smells least of mildew.
And Carrie's sitting in the office now listening to the
She can
PE
hear
teacher
Mr.
talk to
Morton
the principal.
and Miss Collins talking about what happened, and he like can see the period blood on her shorts. And she's like, "I knew how they felt. Like, I just wanted to fucking shake her. Like,
Why
get
don't you
up."
know? Yeah, what is
Because he
happening?
says something about like, isn't she a little?
Isn't she a little old to not know? Because she's in what? She's a senior.
17?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it took a while for it to get
Well,
there.
because she was always led to believe, I guess, that you
It's
wouldn't
only
have
sin.
gotten it.
Yeah.
It's so soon.
Eve was weak.
So they call her in to send her home early, but this fucking
He
asshole cannot remember
her
Carrie.
name.
Oh, for
Cassie.
fuck's sake.
Cassie White.
And she's
Cassie
getting
Wright.
more and more pissed, and the ashtray's shaking on the table.
Shaking. It's Carrie.
Bam! It just like flies in the air, and
Flip
nobody
silver.
ever discusses
No,
because people see these things happen, and nobody
they
is
do
like,
in the book, and then,
Okay.
and in the miniseries thing that I watched, like it's not the ashtray. She moves his entire desk.
oh, okay.
5 inches. Miss Desjardins says, she's like, I measured. It was like 5 inches. His entire desk fucking moved, and they sat there like, what the fuck is that? I guess she can go home.
Right. So she's walking home, and this kid on a bike comes up, creepy Carrie, and she fucking makes his ass crash. That's what she did, little shit.
Brian De Palma's nephew, and
Oh.
I feel like the voice of Betty Buckley.
Oh, it made me so happy.
I know.
Made me
When
so
she fucking does that.
happy.
Throughout this whole movie, you're
Oh,
gonna
everybody
find me
deserves what
saying,
they
like,
get.
Good for her. Good for
I don't know if
her.
they deserve death, but they deserve some shit. That's
Well,
for sure.
Chris
I could watch
Hargenson
kids
does.
fall off bikes all day.
I don't give a fuck.
I love seeing kids fall off bikes.
I can watch kids fall off bikes all day. I don't give a shit.
So now Carrie's mom is out making her rounds, her door-to-door evangelizing.
Yes, she shows up at Mrs. Snell's
But why is
house.
she dressed like a Salem witch?
Thank you.
I
Thank
don't
you.
feel
With
like
the
that
cloak.
outfit was.
Is it like pilgrim modesty.
I guess maybe that's what it is. She's pilgrim.
Pilgrim.
She pilgriming.
Well, like when we get a little further down the road, the shit that she says, like, you're not even supposed to fuck your husband.
Right.
Right.
I was, what religion is this that she's going by? Because
she
I was
just making
confused.
this shit
So they
up.
were just never going to have sex again?
Right.
That was just
Like,
a
marry
one-time
me
mistake.
so that you can
Yeah.
never have sex again.
Yeah, no wonder he left.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That
Right?
sounds terrible.
Well, he had a taste for the wackadoodle women.
Yeah,
we come to
because-
find
yeah.
out later.
So she's at Sue's house.
Yes, she's talking to Sue's mom,
And she's just like kind of,
she's
God,
trying to get rid of her. And
here's
is
$10.
Is she day drinking? Was that
I
like
think
for
maybe
real a
and
drink?
watching like
Yeah.
soaps or
watching
something.
her stories
sure
and
was.
drinking Lovati on the couch.
And where did money come from? Is Daddy just at
Is
work?
that
Because
her
you never
pin money?
see Daddy. Her
He's a
pin money.
doctor.
Oh, he's a doctor.
Because she says Dr. Snell
Oh.
or whatever. Like, I know you and the doctor will be very interested in this televangelist fucking passage I'm about to. The children are wandering through the wilderness of
Oh,
sin
God.
these days, Mrs. Snell.
Let me give you this book about teenage harlots. She's like, no, I got a good
my
girl.
snail. My snail. My
snail.
snail is a good snail.
And how long have her and what's his name been dating that they have a framed 8x10 that her mom has out in the living room of her and her
Right?
high school
Oh.
boyfriend?
I mean,
Like they're married or something. I don't think my
I
parents
guess.
would have displayed if it was like from a dance. Like if I got my picture taken at homecoming with my boyfriend or something,
Maybe.
they
Yeah.
might put that up, but not just like we went to JCPenney and got our photos taken together.
Well,
and my mom
I
wants
mean-
an 8x10.
whatever. I don't know.
Sears
I don't know. It was
portraits.
1976. I wasn't around at the time. So.
No, neither was I. So
I
so
thought
she
they only
gets
had
rid of her
floating
with
heads.
$10. She's like,
Right.
Like,
Well, first
oh.
she's like 5. I mean,
10.
$10. I'm gonna give you $10 to fuck off.
And she's like, I see.
I pray you find Jesus.
So she gets home and Carrie's already there.
Right. She's waiting for her to come home in her little attic apartment room.
And now, was it just me, or was her mom so surprised to hear the phone ring as if it had never rang once ever?
Probably doesn't.
The look on her face when it started ringing, she almost looked like she didn't know how to answer it.
I have a friend.
Who is calling Mrs. White though? Like, who is calling?
That's what I'm
Margaret
saying.
White?
I think she had never
Nobody.
heard that phone ring before.
Nobody.
She's like,
She was like,
this?
"What the fuck is that sound? Is it a bee?
She didn't even know they had a phone.
Is it a hat?
Is it God?
Is it God? God's
there?
calling.
So
Knock
yeah.
that shit off, Margaret.
So she gets a call and Carrie's trying to listen, but all she really hears is her being like,
I see.
okay.
I
thank
know
you.
you're listening.
Yeah, come down.
Come down here. She's really not that.
You're a woman now.
No, she really
Why
is.
didn't you tell me,
me,
Mama?
Immediate slap. Just for asking, why didn't you tell me?
Right.
So that's 2 slaps for Carrie on the
That's
day her
two-
period started.
2 slaps for Carrie.
Come
We
on now.
We need to keep a little tally board. We don't have that whiteboard no more.
Right? We need a
We need
slap
to keep
board.
a little
slap tally.
A slap tally, a little slap board.
And she starts making her recite the sins of woman.
Right.
The first sign is intercourse.
Eve from the rib of Adam.
Eve's
the first-
curse is
With
of
the
blood.
curse of blood. You must have committed the sin of sinful thoughts, lustful thoughts.
That's what starts your period.
She's like, why didn't you tell me, Mama? All those girls laughed at me. Eve was weak. Say it, woman.
Oh, and she drags her into the
Right,
little closet.
Well, pride.
Her prayer closet with the glowing-eyed Jesus. That
I
thing
think
is
it's supposed
scary.
to be a Saint Sebastian.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay,
With the-
he's all
the
full of arrows.
Yeah, and I meant to look up, but I didn't. If that was like
Is that
significant,
right?
in
Is that a
some
particular
way,
religion
like-
or something?
I mean,
Saint
I guess
Sebastian?
because of the torture. Well, like I would
why
imagine
are
all
the
saint
eyes
things.
glowing?
I don't know. Where'd you get that? I want one.
I know it's creepy as
Girl,
fuck.
I want
I
one.
know.
If I ever had my druthers, and I should have done it in this place because that front bathroom is so small. I've always wanted a bathroom that looks like a confessional.
Oh,
Like wood paneling with like a little
Nice.
sliding window that doesn't really work, but like,
Right, but it looks like
appears
you can
that
sit on
way.
the toilet and talk to the priest.
In there, I would have a glowing-eyed Saint Sebastian.
yeah, totally.
It's your prayer closet. Go in there and pray.
And she's at first kicking and screaming, and then
Right.
she just gives in and starts
Right,
praying.
she does her thing.
So then cut to mom sewing that night, and she apparently walked over and unlocked the door without saying anything and like just waited for Carrie to let herself out or something.
Right, I guess she had had enough.
And sends her to bed.
You can go to bed now.
And Carrie starts crying in the mirror, and the mirror breaks. Yeah.
Yes.
I guess that was also a thing too. He wanted like a sound to show that this kind of shit was happening, and the only thing that worked, I guess, was the psycho sound.
Oh.
Was the strings
that
or
was
whatever. It was like, that's what I want, even
right.
though it's from something else.
Okay.
But you recognize it.
And now, is it just me? Did that glass not fly everywhere and then her mom comes up and it's just cracked?
And it's just like, yeah, but I feel like it was
like she
dark,
stuck it all back together
but
or
there
something?
seemed like there was a piece missing at the bottom. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But when she's doing her makeup in it later, it's
Yeah.
all back in there, but it seems like the piece that fell.
Okay, so
is
maybe it
also
wasn't
back
all of
in
it.
there. She's like, anyway, you can go to bed, but I'm saying my prayers.
So now cut to her taking notes in class. The teacher is reading a poem.
Right.
By
and it's
Tommy.
Tommy Ross's poem.
And he's a football star, but he's also deep, apparently.
Right.
Yes.
Well, but
He's
he
like-
says later that wasn't his poem,
It wasn't
right?
even
Yeah.
his,
No,
but
he didn't
he's
write
fully
it.
against capitalism. I believe he believes it.
Right?
He
And-
doesn't want none of this shit.
And the teacher asks for any criticisms.
Criticism.
And quietly, Carrie says,
It's beautiful.
"Oh, it's
beautiful.
This piece of shit
I know.
teacher too. What the fuck?
And
She
you know
never
what?
speaks, and she speaks,
That's
and you."
another thing that goes across. So I'm assuming that it's been a long time since I've read the book, but I'm assuming that that's also in the book because that's a thing that's universal among all of the things is this teacher being a fucking asshole. Like everybody is an asshole to this
Yes.
book
I
for reasons
know.
unknown.
And she's apparently been going through this all her
Her
whole
entire
school
fucking life. Like, yeah, her
Yes.
mom's a fucking wackadoo.
But wouldn't that make you feel sorry for her even
Yes,
more? Like,
what
oh,
would
sorry,
she
your
do?
mom's a piece of
I know
shit.
she
Yeah.
didn't do nothing but cross her arms and walk around.
She's
with
not
her
even
hair
looking
in her
at people.
face.
And
I
Tommy
know.
is clearly uncomfortable that she's getting ridiculed
No,
for
he
telling him.
doesn't.
He's like,
We
"Oh,
have
come on,
that
Dick."
Brian De Palma split screen.
Yeah.
where you
Yes.
can see like his face and all his teeth, and her.
I
in the
asked Chris
background.
about that because I was like, why is that they do that like fuzzy? He said because they're not, in order to make them both in focus, they're not
Right.
shooting that at the same, like,
Yeah.
that's two shots spliced together basically so that they're both in focus.
It took
at
him
the
a
same
really
time.
long time to cut all that shit together in that way that he likes to do it.
Yeah. And Tommy's like under his breath, you suck. What?
I said all shucks. teeth.
So now inside the gym doors, somebody, probably Chris, has painted Carrie White eats shit. What is? And Stephen King has a thing with shit. The word shit.
Yeah, the word
Shitters
shit,
eat
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
Shitters of the world.
It's
know
like
what-
cats.
It's like his
shit,
favorite cuss word.
Cat shit.
Yeah.
And telekinesis, and also falling stones, which was a part that was left out of this one, but
Falling
appears in the book
stones.
and the miniseries. Is that like, and you see it for a minute at the end of the movie, that there's stones falling through
Right.
the ceiling or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's like that she can call the stones, and he does
Oh.
it again in Rose
She's
Red.
Ludo?
She's Ludo.
Yeah, she can like she makes
can
stones
call the
fall.
rocks.
like because she's
Her
getting
father is Ludo.
right.
OMG.
We solved
or no,
it.
wait,
There
who
it
did we
is.
say her father is? Dick Warlock.
Dick Warlock.
Warlock.
Because he must have been a wizard or some shit.
He had wizard dick.
So yeah, she so it's the Miss Collins or whatever,
Right,
Is
she's-
telling him it's time for class, and Chris is eating gum or chewing gum,
Yeah, she's like, spit it out.
or she goes, I don't care where. I don't
What
care
should
if
I
you
do
choke
with it?
on it.
How do you
Just
choke
get
on
it out
for
of your
all I care.
mouth?
Just get out of it. Like you did a really shitty fucking thing.
Yeah.
A really shitty thing.
And she's like, basically, I asked for you not to be able to go to the prom, but they
Right.
vetoed that, and now you
Right.
get a week of detention with me.
But it's my detention. And Chris is
50
like,
minutes.
I'm not coming.
oh, well,
okay.
then you don't get to go to the prom.
Punishment for missing detention is 3 days suspension and refusal of your prom ticket. She's
You
like, that
can't
gets you
do
where you live, isn't it?
So now it's calisthenics in the yard.
I know, and
for
you would
50
think,
minutes.
like, I mean, it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be fun, but it would almost be welcome because you're going to look
Right
so
before
good. in your
prom, that's
fucking
what
prom.
I'm saying. You're doing them a favor. They're going to be fit as fuck for prom.
I know.
They were already fit, and now you're getting them all buffed up. They're going to be
I
ready
know.
to
They're
go.
going to be like pumped.
yeah.
Pump.
Every time they were out there, the only thing I could think of was hairspray when they say special ed in the red. Every single time. Like,
Let's
I'm
show
sorry.
these special ed kids how we do it.
So meanwhile, Carrie's in the library looking up miracles.
Yes.
And Chris is plotting her revenge.
Right. She's going to figure out what she does. Well, no, because first they're at it's like the whole detention montage and she's got them running in place. And is this where she decides she's fucking done?
Yeah, she gets
It, like,
the
goes
teacher
back and
slaps
forth
her. I think she
between-
gets her first slap from
Well,
Miss Collins.
Yeah,
at this
she's
point.
looking at the thing, back at detention. Yeah, she's fucking had it. So she's like, I'm leaving.
Shut up, Chris. Just shut up.
Because really, shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Shut
yeah.
the fuck up.
And so she leaves. No prom
she gets
for her.
slapped. Like, you're going to get shit canned. You can't fucking hit us.
Guess what? It's 1976. Yeah, she
Yeah,
can.
she probably fucking can.
I
Because
bet your
none of
parents
these
are like,
girls-
finally.
Right? At least these other girls were like, fuck, finally.
Right? They're like, good, get out of here.
I
Oh
could
my
never
God.
slap her. And I guess I'm not entirely sure if it's the book, but also in the miniseries, her dad's a lawyer and she gets her dad involved. But then, like, the principal, who is not like this in the book, he actually tries to help, is like, oh, yeah, well, we'll just file suit, like, countersuit how much, like, she's harassed
This student.
this
yeah.
student or whatever. So go ahead, sue us. We'll see you in fucking court.
Wow. I wish we had that principle for this. That would
I
have been an
know.
improvement, I think.
Watch the miniseries.
Yeah, they do it more
Yeah, they do more
to the
so
book.
of that, but he still ends up getting electrocuted at prom.
So Carrie finds out about telekinesis from one of these books.
Right. She looks up in the book. She's like figuring out that this is the thing that she can do.
And now Sue's waiting for, why am I just blank on his name?
Tommy.
How could I
He's
forget?
running track or whatever the fuck. He's like a jock, but
Yeah.
doesn't look like one.
And she's watching him run and waiting for him,
Mm-hmm.
and she wants to talk about something important.
If I would ask you to do something very special, would you do it?
Would you take Carrie to the prom?
He's like,
And it doesn't even show him answer. It just like cuts to the
He's
next
like,
scene
"Oh, why?"
quickly.
Nope.
right, where she's back at the library and here come Tommy, like, hey.
Not yet.
Oh, no.
Not yet. So now it's cut to Chris and Billy cruising out in the car.
That's right. Oh my
no.
God.
And this is where I wrote, which I'm totally wrong. So it was in this one. I wrote a guy who looks like Jake Busey, but it's not Jake Busey because he would have been like 10 or something.
a
I
baby,
think.
like not even.
Well, he would have in 1976. He would have been born for
Yeah,
sure. 'cause
he
He's like
would've-
10,
yeah.
He's 10 years older than you.
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, he would have been 10 or something. I don't know.
Right. So he would have been,
But a dude who looks like
or
Jake
he would have been
Busey
6.
pulls up with Freddie or whatever was that his name?
Yeah, Freddie. Well, first there's the girls. Like, hey man.
No, that's after
Oh,
because
is
he's
it?
drinking
Oh,
that
that's
beer
right.
openly and it's just dribbling down
Freddie
his
gets-
chin.
He drinks it so sloppy.
So sloppy.
like, why? You're driving.
And all these girls are hooting and hollering at him.
And she's
Blech.
like, oh, fucking.
And the cops pull up while he's
their
drinking this beer.
flashlights or
And he just
whatever.
like chucks it in her lap.
Come
His
on.
PBR.
Come on.
And she's like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, you
You're a
stupid
shit.
shit.
And she gets
Smack.
her second slap of the day. That's 2 for Chris, 2
Damn.
for Carrie.
2 for Chris, 2 for Carrie.
And I just wrote, people just be slapping everybody
He's like, you
around
were
here.
totally
So
fucked
much
up. And he like,
slapping.
Yeah, flips a bitch. She calls him a dumb shit again. And,
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's
They
when he
get
freaks
to
out
the-
and turns the car around.
right. Like, you're totally fucked up. And he takes off, flips a bitch, and off they go.
So now Tommy is watching TV while Sue studies. And this is where he's like, okay.
That's right.
Because she's like giving him the silent treatment. He's like, okay, I'll do it.
She's actually doing her homework, and he's watching
just watching TV.
television. And I meant to write down what it was that he was
It
watching.
had,
and
oh
I-
God, I saw somebody who was in it. It was like a Western and it
It
had.
was, but it wasn't. It was like the prophecy or like the.
It had
something
James
like
Garner,
that. Yeah,
I think, in
James
it.
Garner was in it. I don't
Yeah, I
my
can't
dad
remember.
probably would have known. But
Yeah.
I can't ask him now what the fuck that
Aw.
was.
So yeah, so Chris and Billy pull up to the hangout where everybody's there, and she's like, "No, don't get out yet."
Right, like let's just wait a minute. Can't you wait a minute? He's like, I'm trying to get away from you.
And then she starts seducing him. But then every time she
on, you
pulls
know,
him in,
man,
and then
I
she just
know.
shoves him away.
I don't get it.
What are you doing?
I don't get it. There's a
And-
lot of things we can't explain that this bitch does.
No, none of it makes any sense. And so she gets another slap.
Right? Because she calls him a
God.
stupid shit.
Yeah.
She like goes and brushes her hair and calls him a stupid shit again. And he's like, it reminds me of Saturday Night Fever. He's like, don't touch my hair. You
Yeah, exactly.
spent a lot of time on my hair and you hit it.
And I'm sorry, her hair was so beautiful. You're telling me that little plastic shitty brush that she was using makes her
know.
hair look like that?
Come on.
Those things, they pull right off the.
She does fucking sponge rollers and like
Right.
that fucking bullshit brush and her hair looks like that.
And
It's because
so
she doesn't wear a bra.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Notice that. So does Billy.
Definitely.
They make sure you notice that.
And she seduces him back in.
Come on.
I want you to do something. Zip. And she unzips his
Right?
pants. And now she is clearly going down on him based on the
Right.
look on his face. Yet somehow she keeps going Billy.
Billy.
And
I
not-
hate Carrie White.
Really?
No.
Oh, Carrie White. He's like, what? Oh,
No.
Carrie Oh,
It's a very clear. It's
a very
Billy.
small dick.
Oh, Billy.
And she's like,
Billy.
I hate Carrie White.
He's
And
like, who?
Why are we talking about this when you should be blowing me? What is going on?
You should
Sorry,
be
what?
blowing me.
And then right now is actually a really good time to take a quick break.
Let's do it.
We'll be right back.
You know what that sound means? It's another episode of Game for a Movie, where we ask, are you game for a movie?
Tell me, Andre.
There's no special features on that goddamn DVD. All right.
For Hansel and Gretel?
Hansel and
You
Gretel.
have a DVD
Yeah,
of Hansel and Gretel.
She basically has sex with it somehow.
No, it-
Foreplay.
yeah, yes.
She's chair foreplay.
I mean, they knocked it out of the park, which is why it's my number 3. So.
Oh! Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't be in it because this movie doesn't have women. But, you know, it's
You-
fine.
It has
You're right.
It has one?
You would have 3 lines of dialogue.
No, she has more than 3.
Oh, okay. So I'm actually gonna get, I earn my 4 sentences of dialogue rather than, here, have a paycheck. You just stood there on the screen. You're a sexy lamp.
Anyway, we're not.
Dark Phoenix 2.
So
no.
No.
Because they really hate each other, so we get to enjoy some wonderful comedic scenes of them hating each other so much that they get into physical altercations that include her biting ex-detective Phillips's dick.
Okay.
But we don't in a hot tub.
I know all of those words were English, but the way you constructed them, I'm lost.
I'm not following their range of them very well. For those who haven't rated us or liked or given us a review, don't say that we haven't given you anything of value after listening to this podcast. You now know the difference between an R-rated dick and an NC-17 X-rated dick. You're welcome.
Thank you guys for listening to Game for a Movie, where we ask, are you game for a movie? We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
And we're back.
We're back, and Tommy is stalking Carrie through the library.
I know, while she's trying to read her spooky book.
I know,
She's like,
she's
no,
trying to read
don't look
about-
at my books.
She's trying to learn about herself, and here come Tommy with all his
know.
golden curls and his Canadian tuxedo.
Making small talk.
How's it going?
What you
Hey.
doing?
You got a date to the prom?
When
What
she
you
just
reading about?
runs away, what?
Well, because she's not stupid.
She knows. She immediately is like,
She's not stupid. She's
No.
like, I know who you go around with. I'm
Yeah.
not dumb.
yeah. Miss Collins finds her upset and is like, "What happened?" And when she tells her
Right.
about Tommy, I'm a little confused about her reaction of excitement and that she wasn't also. I mean, she was skeptical.
She was skeptical, but she was trying not to make a big show of it in front of Carrie. I feel
Right, but
was
she
trying
got
to
all
give her-
encouraging, and then she goes and reams out Tommy. And so, what if it was a big joke? You just got her all fucking positive
Riled
for
up.
Well,
it.
she at least not necessarily maybe you'll have a really good time, but
Right.
here's what I see in you. You are pretty,
Right.
If you just whatever, because that was the thing in this, and I feel like the other ones is not that she was ugly.
Yeah, no, she's
if
not
she
ugly.
would have put some effort into it, but in the book, she's pudgy and pimply and greasy and whatever. She's not attractive.
Okay.
Oh.
Because
It
no,
would take
Sissy
a
Spacek was
significant
a
amount of
cutie
work.
pie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There was some sort of rumor, I guess, that went around that Brian De Palma and George Lucas were doing auditions simultaneously for both Star Wars and Carrie.
Okay.
And Carrie Fisher auditioned and Sissy Spacek auditioned, and the rumor is that they had switched, and Carrie Fisher went for Carrie and Sissy Spacek went for Leia.
Oh.
And that they decided to switch because Carrie Fisher wouldn't get them titties out. And she was like,
Really?
I'd have got them titties out. You don't have to worry
You
about
don't
that.
worry about
I
them
you
titties.
ask
Don't know.
twice.
She's like, that rumor is bullshit.
She's like, you see these pert titties?
I know.
I signed
In
that left titty
1976,
clause.
Look at my little John Lennon butt. Just look at these
No.
titties.
Well, that's Sissy Spacek.
yeah. That's what I meant.
No, she has Yoko Ono butt.
Oh, Yoko Ono butt. She's
Little
little
butt.
butt. Long
She's
butt's
got
John
little butt.
Lennon.
Yeah, long butt.
Little butt.
Little butt, long butt.
Little butt. So yeah, apparently that was a rumor at one point, but that is not true.
And now
Carrie
I would-
Fisher would have gotten them titties out, no problem.
I would have immediately said, I can't see Sissy Spacek as Leia,
No.
but she looks more like Luke's twin.
yes,
Carrie don't
Yeah.
look like a twin to Luke Skywalker.
Well,
That
I
little
mean, this
nose.
was my introduction to the most that I know about Sissy Spacek is Carrie and Coal Miner's Daughter. And
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah.
And what was that other movie? Oh God, was it Coal Miner's Daughter where there was like, it was like either her husband or her dad that was a farmer, and the tractor flipped over and he was like stuck under it, and she couldn't fucking get him out.
I don't know.
Oh God, I'm having like a Dress to Kill memory right now where I'm not entirely sure if
Is
I
it real?
dreamt
Is it a dream?
I don't know.
Oh no.
So yeah, so she runs off. She's telling him, "Oh yeah, you should go to the prom." So then Miss Collins goes to Tommy
and Sue.
And
she
Sue,
holds
like,
him right
what
in,
the
like,
fuck
what
are
is
you doing?
Like, what are you up to?
Like, and Sue tells her like she's trying to do something nice, but when she asks her like, "What is the point? Like, what is it that you're trying to do?"
What
she
are you
can't
going to
answer.
accomplish? No, she doesn't, because a thing that comes up again in, I think, the book, not entirely sure, but at least the miniseries, which was closer to the book, that Sue is like one of those girls that likes to make people.
Oh, so it's not,
you know what I mean?
altruistic. It's kind of
not
like makeover time.
100% altruistic. It also makes her feel good to be like the.
Well, and she has to assuage her guilt of traumatizing
Exactly,
this girl
like,
who thought
that's
she was
also
dying
part
in the
of it.
shower.
That's also part of it.
She
And-
realized once like the slapping started, she was like, "Oh fuck! Oh no! Maybe we
shit,
shouldn't
like,
have done
maybe I
that."
shouldn't- yeah. So she at least seems to realize that she had done wrong, and she's
Right.
trying to make amends in some way. And also the way that she had gotten Tommy to agree to doing this is that he had been much more agreeable since they started having sex.
Oh, he's like, "Well, if you're gonna let me get it in there,
Right,
then
if you're gonna
all
let
right.
me in there,
All right.
then
Let me hit
okay,
it.
I'll do it. I'll take her to prom as long as I get to leave there, come to your house.
So, so they assure her, no, this is like we're just
Right.
trying to give her some self-esteem, basically.
Right, like we want to give her a good time. Like I feel like I owe it to her.
Right. And now Tommy doesn't look. When she's like, "Do you know how you're gonna look?" And she's like, "We don't care how we look." And
He's
Tommy's like,
"Well,
actually,
she fucking whatever. She
kinda.
said it. I guess I'm gonna have to."
kinda
And I guess that
care.
makes more sense when you put it in the frame of, at least I'll get laid. I'm just gonna shut up because she lets me see titty and touch her
Yep.
pussy and
Yep.
like, and it's cool.
So Tommy drives over to Carrie's house to ask her again, and she's
Right.
like, "Oh God," because her mom's
Well, her
home.
mom is
so
there.
she's
Yeah.
just trying to like
Could
stay
you
between
imagine
the door,
if Mrs. White had found this boy on her fucking porch,
trying to ask out her little devil
this
child.
curly-haired
Should have thrown him in the closet.
American hero.
What if he'd showed up in that outfit, in his greatest American?
Not, he was roller skating down the street.
Yes.
He was paragliding into her yard.
And she finally is like, okay, just to get him the fuck
Right.
off of
She
her
was
porch.
like,
She's
fine.
okay,
He was like, I'm not leaving until. Shut up. She was like, Mama's resting. Like, you really need to go. Like, Carrie.
www.com.org. I got a whole bag of shh.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Shh.
Let me tell you about a man named.
So now, Chris's big idea to
Right.
prank Carrie at prom.
Yes.
I'm going to take my boyfriend who hates me.
Right.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, him and his friends who get nothing from me, who don't get to see my titties
they
or
don't
anything.
get to do,
Nope.
like, this is just to be a fucking psycho.
They are apparently so committed to helping me pull off this cruel prank on a
Right.
girl they've
The
never heard
worst
of,
prank.
a girl they don't know anything
And
about.
why do you hate her so much?
Thank
like, what
you.
did she do?
Right, nothing.
What did she do to you?
And
I can't
also-
imagine Carrie attacking Chris Hargenson at
No.
any moment.
And to break into a pig farm in the middle of the night and slaughter a pig rather than go to
Look
a
at all
butcher.
these pigs,
You
right?
can go to a fucking butcher
I
and
feel
buy
like
blood.
You could just buy blood.
You can
yeah.
because people use it for cooking.
Well, they have
that
to do
pig
it because
belongs
it's
to
fucking
someone.
fun. And like Freddie was gonna do it, then Freddie couldn't do it, and that's the thing that's common throughout all
so
of the
Billy
things.
has to do it.
And it doesn't come up in this movie, but it comes up in the remake and the mini series where there's little pigs. Let me come in. I'll bash your fucking brains in like the shinin.
They should have made Chris do it. It's her fucking idea.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing that they make her do. They're like, you got to cut its throat.
Oh.
So she ends up, and they think that she's not going to do it, but she really do. She really like it. She really like it.
Yeah.
Because she gets all like, she fucking comes because,
Oh Jesus.
like,
Oh, from
do
killing
it,
the
Billy.
pig?
Do it.
Oh.
Do it.
Oh.
Well, she does it in
Chris?
this one. She gets
Yeah,
all, like,
she's all
hot
excited
and
by
bothered
it.
about like,
She's a psycho.
she's a psycho.
So now Carrie's at dinner with mom. She hasn't touched her dessert.
At the Last Supper.
Yeah.
Yes.
That Last Supper tapestry that she must have bought at the
The swap meet.
thank you.
Thank you. And she tells her mom she's been invited to the prom.
Prom.
and she throws her drink in her face because she wants to be normal. Like she's like, I just want to be normal, and drink to the face.
Yeah.
Go to your closet.
No.
And she's
Didn't phase her.
Now she's defiant.
I'm not going to. She's like, what?
He's a nice boy. You like him. And this cackle.
I know. Oh, the boys. After the blood come the boys like dogs. Trying to figure out where that smell comes from.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what the boys are after. Your period blood smells.
Yes, that's what they like.
That's what turns them on.
I know what boys like when I have my period.
So she's not going. She's
Right, like, you're
gonna
not
go.
gonna go.
She's like, no, I'm going anyway.
Right,
She
and I
shuts
don't
all
want-
the windows with her mind.
Talk to me.
I'm going, Mama.
And I don't
Things
wanna
are gonna
talk about it
change
no
around
more.
here.
Yeah.
Satan's power.
Oh, yeah, witch.
She's a witch.
I'm not a witch.
No, I can move things with my mind, and so
If I
can other
concentrate,
people.
Yeah, it's not just me.
So she's like, "Oh, the devil took your father." And she goes, "Mama,
he ran away with a woman.
Apparently,
He did, but
Carrie
he likes
two's
them
mom.
Weird. Carrie two's mom.
Well, but that was 20 years earlier.
I know.
So we got to
that's what
figure
I'm
out how
saying,
old
'cause
is this Dick
it was
Warlock.
this wizard Dick. He had like that. He had a thing for wackadoo pussy.
Yep.
Because he had that crazy dick.
When you got that Warlock dick,
It was like corkscrew.
you got to stick it in crazy.
When you got that Warlock dick,
You don't
got
have a
to
choice.
stick it. No. I wonder how many others there had to have been.
There
Within
had
a
to be some
20-year span.
between, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's like, everybody knows he ran off with another woman, and she tells her to renounce her power and never use it again. And she's like, no, I'm going. I'm not talking to you about it no more.
Right.
So Chris and Billy are setting up the blood bucket on stage.
Oh, I'm gonna let you pull the rope when the time
Just
is
keep
right.
your tits on.
Yeah.
No, we didn't bring
No.
our dirty pillows. We said we left them at home.
We
They're
left
in my trunk.
They're
I
in
took
my
them
trunk.
off.
I'm gonna sleep on them later.
And now Billy's friend, Freddie, Frankie? Whatever.
Freddie, yeah, he goes to
Freddie.
the
prom committee guy or whatever.
Like, I need to help you help
collect
out with
the
the prom.
ballots.
He was like, "Oh, I could have used you for decorating." Like, no.
Is
My
like, do you
deal
even
is
go to this school?
right.
Have I ever
but
seen
like,
you before?
why are they gonna let him count the ballots?
Out of nowhere,
Right?
a guy who's like some hooligan who never shows up for school or
Yeah,
doesn't
like
go to that
you
school.
should count the ballot.
This
Yeah,
isn't
sounds
suspicious
good.
at all. But
None.
why did
No,
you
not
rush up
whatsoever.
to me and want to count the ballots
the
specifically?
day before prom.
Yeah. And now the girls are all at the salon getting ready.
Gossiping. Did you hear about Tommy Ross? He's taking Carrie White to prom. Oh my God, he can't do that. Where's Sue?
And the whispers. Oh, the whispers get back to
And
Sue.
Norma
and she's like,
is sitting there fucking with her hat on
on
top
of
her
the dryer.
blow dryer thing. So yeah, like Sue's like semi non-asshole friend
yeah.
is like, what the fuck? I hear your boyfriend is taking Carrie White to prom. She's like,
She's
yeah,
it's fine. I told him to.
I told him to.
And Chris tells Norma
I'll
she's
be
got
there.
a plan. She's going to
And
be
like
there.
Norma, this fucking blow it, is like, tell me about it now.
Right.
Tell me about it now. She's like, no, you'll like shut the fuck up.
But she does.
I know. She's like, well, I'll be there. She's like, oh, what are you gonna do? Crash the fucking prom? Come on, tell me now.
And I feel like everybody, or not everybody, but a good portion of the prom knew that was coming because she fucking told a bunch of people what the
well, of course
plot
she did.
was.
Well, because she was in on the whole plot to
Yeah.
rig the votes.
And then this tuxedo rental scene felt
Oh,
weird and
it
out of
was.
place in this movie.
When it was
That
sped
was
up.
strange.
yeah, they fast forwarded their little
That was
montage.
weird.
of
Their
because
weird
they're
little
like,
this is
montage.
taking too long.
And why did I need to know anything about those two friends? They don't come
No.
into play.
Nope.
The fact that the one wanted a
Nope.
tuxedo T-shirt, none
The
of this
one-
matters.
I feel like the one, not the guy that ends up in the T-shirt, which reminds me of the lizard guy.
Yeah.
From the
Yeah.
whatever. That's who he reminds me
Sucharna.
of. Thank you. Again, I thank you. Where was I? Oh, the other friend.
Yeah.
Not that guy, but the other friend. I feel like he was the date of the non-asshole friend.
Yes, I think
of
so.
Sue.
Yes, I think so.
So like they're
Yeah.
they're non-threatening friends.
And
For
while
sure.
they're doing that, Carrie's trying on lipsticks.
She's putting her mouth on every single one of those
Them
samples.
testers. Girl,
That's where herpes came from.
Yep.
she immediately got herpes.
That's what happened.
So many cold sores.
So now Carrie's getting ready for prom in a dress you never saw her make, right? She said
No,
she made it, but
said
there's
she
not
made it.
one
She
scene
whipped it
of her.
fucking out. She, you know what? She had those Cinderella rats.
I was gonna say, did she call the Cinderella rats?
She
to help her
probably
with
did.
this?
Little birds came in.
And her
No,
mom,
they do show her make it when her
They
mom
do?
is praying
Oh,
fervently on
that's
the floor.
right.
Okay.
She is. Yeah, she
There's
is
one
sewing.
quick
little
little
mannequin.
scene of her
Yes,
sewing.
they
I
show
get
her.
that confused with her mom.
because her mom's also
Yes.
sewing
Sewing a
in a
lot.
scene. Yeah. So now she comes in red. I might have known. It is the babyest pink.
I
ma'am.
know.
It is
know.
almost white. It's so pale.
Ballerina
and
pink.
that was an ad lib line. It's pink, Mama. I guess
can
in the
see
book
her.
it's red.
Oh, it is
Like
red.
it is
Oh.
actually a red dress in the book. And I can
Well, but
see
it
your
won't.
dirty
The
pillows.
blood won't stand out.
I know.
They had
like,
to make
yeah.
it a
It's
lighter
like,
color, or else it just blend in.
Precisely.
It will be a red dress, Mama.
will
Don't you
be,
worry.
yeah.
Don't worry.
Well,
I
I
can
just
see
thought
your
it-
dirty pillows.
Everyone will. I just thought it lent to her fanaticism because everybody
Right.
can see that it's a pink dress. Like
Right.
clearly
Yeah.
she thinks like she's too
Everything's
much.
Yeah.
She's too much.
And she's like, breast, Mama. Everyone has them.
Right. Everyone. Every single
Every
person.
single person has
everyone
them.
has. Well, kind of.
Yeah.
Everyone has breast tissue.
And she's still trying to talk her out of it. Take off that dress and
We'll
we'll burn it
together
and
and,
pray
like,
together
yeah,
for
like,
forgiveness. No.
I'm going to prom.
And then she's like, he's not coming. He's
Right.
not
He's not coming. She
He's
starts
late.
slapping herself and like, Mama,
Oh my
stop hurting
God.
yourself.
Yes.
She's so dramatic.
They're all going to laugh at you.
They're all going to laugh at you.
And so she uses her mind. Sit down. Be quiet.
Right. Like,
Throws her down to the bed.
Satan's power.
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Oh, I used to write that on so many notebooks. I know. I know.
Nostalgia.
Now it's prom
it did.
time.
It hit me.
Love Among the Stars.
Oh yes, it's like, can we just sit here a minute?
Yeah, Carrie's hesitant to go in because she's still like, what's
right.
gonna-
Because Tommy shows up, he picks
reasonably
her up.
skeptical.
Right, because she's not a dummy. She's just hoping against hope.
Did you guys notice how these students risked their lives to hang those stars to the
I know,
ceiling?
they were
from
just
those
like from
80-foot
on the very
ladders?
top of the ladder.
Yes.
They didn't give a shit. It was
Again,
1976.
These shitty little foil stars that were made by the special kids.
I do
Tear
love
for the
that
toilet
centerpiece,
paper.
though. I love the centerpiece.
all of the things, and that's, well, we'll get there or whatever. But like, I do love the decorations. I do love the way it looks.
The
I love
disco
how
ball
cheesy.
star.
I love that it's on like the basketball court.
Yes.
And as soon as they come in, everybody's, oh shit, here they go. And Sue leaves dinner with her family because she
Right,
wants to
'cause
come
she's-
see the outcome of the
Right.
prom.
She's at dinner. She's like, oh, I'm going out. Like, where did they think she was going?
On prom
She's like,
night.
where
It's
are you
fucking
going?
prom.
Did they not question her? Like, why aren't you going to prom?
with
You
the
were
boyfriend
going
that
to
we
prom.
have an 8x10 framed.
Right. Like,
Didn't she
what
get a
happened?
dress?
What
Like, what
happened to all
happened?
of that? Like, isn't prom tonight? What are you doing?
So Tommy asks Carrie to dance, but she's not ready.
No, she doesn't want to. She just wants to sit there for a while. And she looks fantastic.
And
She
she's
looks
adorable.
phenomenal.
Yes. Miss Collins comes over to chat. Tommy leaves them alone.
Right,
She's
they-
reminiscing about her prom nightmare.
And her 6'7" date. Excuse me, Miss Desjardins.
And so she comforts her, they hug, and Tommy comes back like, hey, get your hands off my date.
I know you're a lesbian PE teacher.
Right?
There's
You
only
must
one
be.
kind. I was gonna say something earlier when she goes down and like finds Carrie sitting around moping around before the prom or whatever, that she's wearing like her female PE teacher finest.
Oh, the knee
with, like,
socks and tennis shoes
the
with the
skirt
knee-length
and
skirt.
the sweater,
Yeah.
like with the sweater clip most likely, but with sneakers and knee socks, but they're crispy
sure.
white.
Oh, yeah.
So Tommy
Untouched.
invites her to an after party at the
Right,
Beehive.
at the Beehive.
She's
I've never been there. Of course not.
So now he asks her to dance again, and she's like, I don't know how. And he's
Right.
like, come
He's
on.
like, come
it's
on.
easy."
Like, we got to. It's our prom.
And he literally takes her for a spin. The camera work in this scene, I had to look down.
I know.
I'm getting
know,
motion
it gets,
sickness.
It gets dizzying, and I feel like that was achieved with a rotating platform and a camera going the other way.
Okay.
So it was like one of those, what are those little glamour shot things they do on red carpets now? Right.
Oh,
And
like
all-
the glam bot thing.
Wow.
So he shows her how to dance. He's very sweet to her, and
Mm-hmm.
he even gives her a kiss, which I feel like this could not have. It's going
It
to turn out
seems
bad.
like he really likes her.
I think he does, and he thinks he's helping, but she's going to fall in love with him.
I know.
and he's still with Sue.
To be fair, in the other ones, he's like very nice to her and he shows her the time of his life, but it's usually under threat. And also it's not as like, it doesn't seem like he really likes her, and she knows he doesn't really like her.
Yeah.
It's just he's being
no,
very
this
nice.
Tommy
Like,
seems like
this
he
Tommy
genuinely is
seemed
like fine with
like,
this.
Yeah.
Because you liked my poem. Because you liked my poem.
Right.
Like,
So yeah, she's that's what she asked why he's doing this, and that's what he says. You liked my poem, but I didn't write it.
She's having the time of her fucking life.
Yes, she
Just
totally
the
is.
absolute time.
Just
Like this is
twirling.
her dream fucking come true.
And Sue comes in the back door right while they're doing king and queen tabulation, or they're just passing out the ballots.
Right, the ballots are gone out. Like she's like, Tommy, we're on here,
and he's like, well,
let's vote for
vote for us.
ourselves. And she's like,
Yeah.
no, we can't do that shit.
He says to the devil with false modesty.
The
And so she's
devil.
like, all right.
And she puts an X on there and it like zooms in like her mirror.
Ooh. So now Mama is doing
Well,
laps and chopping carrots.
Right? Was she gonna make
what did she have? I don't know
That's
what was
what I
happening.
said.
She was gonna make a stew,
A
and then she
lovely
got
stew.
interrupted
She
by
had
this
so
prom
much
fucking
veg
bullshit.
out
Yeah.
on the counter, like
well,
the
she
whole
had to
produce
chop
section.
something. It was like deck.
That was some nice veg.
That was some nice veg. Like all the
It
potatoes
was.
were clean.
Yeah,
When
it
did
was
she
pretty.
do that? Earlier?
That's
That was good.
1970s vegetables.
Yeah.
Right? All fresh.
And now Chris
Farm
and Billy
fresh.
are setting up the ballots are collected.
Oh, right.
They're under the stage.
They're under the stage. Norma and Freddie are collecting all the ballots, and they eat each other's faces for a minute.
What was the point of
Yeah.
that?
Norma?
Where that was out of nowhere. There was no
it was
reason
just
for
so
that.
like
so she could
he
kick the
drop
shit
them and
underneath, but you
whatever,
didn't have
no
to.
one. Well, they were like, "Oh my god, look at what Norma's doing to Freddie's face."
Oh my god! And they just chuck out half the ballots or something, and then
Right,
save all the ones with their names on them.
I almost feel like if this was a 90s movie, if this had taken place in the 90s, like she just would have won.
Right, because
Straight
everyone's
up
like,
prom
Yeah.
queen. Because
look.
look at this. They took her glasses off and now she's beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
Or whatever.
Right.
Like if it was a 90s movie, she would have just won. They wouldn't have had to rig it. But maybe in this one. And then also in the other ones, other people win. Like the rigging was
okay.
necessary. They
Okay.
find the ballots and all this other shit.
It's a whole
So
scandal.
the winners are announced. It's Tommy and Carrie, and that spotlight comes on, and
And
everything
it's that-
goes into slow mo.
The hoorays and the clapping it's all looped. Did you hear that?
No.
The audio for the applause is because you hear that yay, yeah.
Oh, just over
it's
and
a
over
loop
again.
or whatever, and it's the same thing twice. It's funny, at least twice. I'm sure it happened a third time.
So yeah, we get the slow mo up to the stage. This magic moment. She's
magic moment.
She's so oh my god.
I know, and
this
one
is
of the
amazing.
fucking people in that audience and the group of the prom goers, that man had to have been 47.
That's what you said.
At least.
One of the girls brought the local deli owner to the prom.
Seriously,
He was old as fuck, and
They might have.
he had a boutonniere and he was wearing a tux and he was among the prom goers. So I don't think he was an
a
adult.
student.
Was it the guy with the receding hairline?
He was.
Oh, well, yes.
But
Well,
yeah.
there was quite a few receding
There
hairlines,
were.
if you noticed.
And mustaches.
It was the times.
So Sue arrives just in time to see her get her flowers. She's so happy.
I
This has
know.
turned out so well.
But
happy
then this
for
starts
her.
this dun dun dun.
And
Dun, dun,
I don't know what fucking Mrs. Collins. What did she was
not
doing?
look
Why'd you
up?
pull her away?
'Cause she's looking up. Why did you not
follow
look
and how
up?
did you not see Chris and Billy that she's trying to tug the rope out of their hands
And
that
why
are open?
did she not say Chris and Billy are under the stage?
something.
She was yelling something.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure she did. And the
She
freaking
had to
counselor
have
was
been.
just like, whatever.
So Miss Collins sees Sue sneak in, and now she notices she's like, well, fuck, her boyfriend is up there with the date that
so
she
she
sent
thinks,
him.
yeah, she's there
Which,
to do something.
Fine and fair for a second, but why wouldn't you look up? Because that's clearly what she's doing.
looking at, yeah.
Under
Oh,
the stairs.
This whole tracking shot thing with you follow the whole lineup, and then the paper thing
toilet
falls,
paper thing.
and
Yep.
it's she puts it all together and she finds them underneath there. But now Miss Collins
too
comes
late.
through like a fucking shark in the water, ooh, I'm gonna get you. And she grabs her and she pulls her out
And
of
she
the
locks
thing.
her
And
out.
as soon as that door closes,
Bam.
bucket of
she
blood.
pulls the rope. The bucket falls.
and then just
Fucking
stuns.
bitch.
Oh yeah, hits him in the fucking head.
That's also
Yes.
Knocks him
universal,
out.
is that he gets hit in the head with a bucket.
And so he doesn't experience a living fire death. He burns dead or burns passed out.
In
He's
the
knocked out.
remake, he dies from getting hit by a bucket.
Oh, okay.
He dies before anything. I'm not sure about the book. I think the book is he gets knocked unconscious and burned to death.
Okay.
In this, he gets knocked unconscious and burned to death. In the mini series, he gets knocked unconscious. They try to help him and take him out of there, but I don't think they succeed.
Okay. So first is stunned silence, and then Norma the asshole.
I know.
Starts the laughter.
And who is I mean, I know
bald
she's like
ass.
hallucinating at some point.
Yes, because not
But
everybody's
who is
laughing.
at
Somebody's
this? Like,
for sure.
I'm sure there's quite a few, but like,
But Miss Collins is not laughing.
No.
Like,
that,
you know?
and no, and I don't think that the other friends, the
No.
non-asshole friends, were probably not.
Well, and I'm
laughing.
sure Tommy's friends are like, "Whoa, fuck, dude, he just got like knocked the fuck out."
Right,
Like, I'm sure they're
like,
not
oh,
laughing.
shit.
Why are they like not concerned that he's been knocked unconscious?
And
like,
also,
on
that's
stage?
a rental, bro. You just got pig's blood all over his rental.
Yes.
You are not going to get your
You are
deposit
not
back.
getting
you
your
just
deposit.
bought that powder blue
You sure
ruffled.
did.
At least $10
That looked
down
like
the toilet.
the blue version of like the tux my dad wore to get married in, but it was
Nice.
like brown velvet.
Oh my god!
Because it was also, I think this would either be the year they graduated from high school or the year before they graduated from high school, and then like 2 years later they got married.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So yeah, so she starts hearing her mom's voice. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you.
We're all sorry, Kathy.
And she sees people start to
Trust
leave,
me,
and she
Carrie.
shuts all the
You can
doors with her
trust
mind.
me. Trust me, Carrie.
And she
You can trust me.
It's
Yeah.
on the red
Oh.
light.
Oh,
Roxanne. She ain't about to do no
Nope.
tricks for money.
Nope. You don't have to put on the red light.
But she do.
And here come the
do.
fire hoses.
Oh man.
And,
And
then she
said-
killed that girl with the fire hose.
Your kid was like, so she got whatever, but like in real life, that fucking fire hose that they turned on these people that were not children, it burst both of her eardrums.
Damn.
At least one, but I feel like it was both of her eardrums. And when her head is turning side to side, she's in excruciating pain.
Oh.
And she has lost all equilibrium, and it took months
Wow.
for that to
Damn.
heal. Like, it eventually healed, but it's a fucking burst eardrum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
ouch.
tell my child that.
You
after
should,
she
because
came in.
yes, it is that serious.
My
Yes, child,
came in
it is
and
that
paused
serious.
it and was like, "Did that woman just die because she
She
was
is in
squirted by a
pain.
hose?"
Yeah.
And Carrie's face,
Oh, like that.
as all this is happening, her eyes are about to fall on the ground.
That
know.
is it too.
She like does like there is no better. There is no better.
She was perfect.
There was no better Carrie.
That's what my kid said. So like, why are they all laughing? Because that's scary as hell, Mom.
Right? I
Like,
wouldn't be
I
laughing.
wanna-
like I
that's
wouldn't
not
be
funny.
laughing. It's like she's hallucinating. Honey.
Yeah, that's what's like, babe, she's losing it.
So Miss Collins gets crushed. Chris and,
And
Billy
her-
are watching from like
Right.
slightly outside, not outside the building, but like in
They're like
another
looking
part
through
of
the
thing.
window or something. But the terror on Betty Buckley, Miss Collins'
Yeah.
face
Yeah.
is for real, because they were not sure if that effect was going to work properly, and it could have dropped and really
Oh.
crushed her guts. I
Oh,
guess
no.
it was like a thing. So luckily it worked because she didn't
Wow.
die. But
Fucking
did you
70s,
die
bro.
though?
But did you die?
Did you
though?
die?
Yeah, exactly. They were like, well, we're not sure if this is going to work. Get in there.
Just hop on in there. Take one for the team.
Yeah, I mean, it'll make for good cinema.
And so the
We'll remember
blaze
you.
has erupted.
Right,
Everything's
everything-
on
and, oh,
fire. And this
every
walk
time-
out through the
Oh.
with her hands
it's
out.
it's
like,
based on some painting, something about Lady Macbeth. It is based upon a painting where it's like a fire behind that
Oh, okay.
silhouette, and that is one of my favorite pieces of all of cinema. Is
It's
when
so
that
good.
fire goes up and she turns with her hand. Especially because you're watching it going, good for her.
oh yeah.
Good for her.
And then Chris tries to run her over, but she fucking
Oh,
turns in the car just
she
like
walks out of there. And like, here come Chris, because Billy is what, too drunk to fucking
I don't know.
drive his own car.
No, he's
And
probably scared as fuck. He's like, I'm not. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Did you see what she just did? I'm
well,
not going
maybe,
after her.
perhaps, and she's
Murdered the
gonna
whole
fucking
town.
run her down,
Yeah.
and she and flies
Crashes,
them off or whatever.
explodes. So Carrie arrives home. The lights are on. The door is open.
Every single candle in town is lit,
And everything's trashed. Like she's throwing
Right,
the
she's
furniture
done.
around and whatever.
Oh, Mama's been busy.
And Mama's nowhere to be seen, but she bows her head in disgrace and goes to the bath.
She walks straight up. She's like, "I need a bath."
Yeah. And
Corn
A
syrup.
bath.
I
She
know.
slept
A bloody bath.
She slept in that shit.
I know.
What in the
So
filming of this,
sticky.
because she wanted it to be like to keep it the same
Oh, wow.
throughout
Okay.
different days of filming. She slept with that shit all over her.
That would be so uncomfortable.
Yes, it would. She
The
suffered
painting?
for her art.
is Gustave Moreau's The Study for Lady Macbeth.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
In case anyone wants to find that.
Yeah. It looks very much like that scene.
Mama hiding behind that bathroom door.
Where you can see
You
her,
almost
like,
don't see
bottom
her,
lip.
and then you're like,
Yes,
"Ah,
and when she turns
bitch."
that light on her when she walks by, you're like, oh, fuck, there's Mama.
Yep.
Because it's been awfully quiet. She managed to take a whole entire bath and clean that shit out of her hair.
And we make sure to see her titties again.
Of
'cause
course, you gotta
pert
have that.
nipples. Gotta have them.
Pert nipples, gotta have them.
She goes and puts on her nightgown and calls out for Mama.
Right, and here comes
Mama
Mama
just, like,
out
right
from
there,
the
like,
fucking, she was behind the door
hiding
the
in the
whole
wall.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole time.
The whole time. So she starts telling her, at first she's like hugging her, and then she's like, I should have killed
Given
myself
you to- yeah, when you
put it in me.
Ugh.
Right. Like after the
Wow.
first time before we were married, and we swore after that never again.
What kind of religion is this that no sex is allowed, not
I
even
don't
with
know.
your
I
husband?
think she's just mentally ill.
He got drunk and took me. I locked
I
it.
liked it. That smell of dirty roadhouse whiskey and this dirty hands touching all over me.
That was her first and only orgasm.
Right. Well, no. Well, her last one is when
It coming. She
yes,
only
so
ever
is
had
she.
two.
Yeah,
So
that's
one's
it.
coming. Exactly.
It's happening.
And so she's like, "Oh, the devil has come home. We'll
Yes,
pray
and
for the
now,
last
like-
time."
And she just wants her mom
yeah.
to hug her. Like it was so bad. They laughed at me and like they covered me in blood and like I
Oh,
killed
that's what you
some
get. And I'm
people.
about to cover you in blood too, little
Right,
girl.
she just
stabs her in the back.
and her face as she falls down the stairs. Oh, like she still reaches out
Yeah.
for her mother
So
who
sad.
just stabbed her. She's shocked.
So she uses her mind.
She's doing
to
this-
stab her mother
She's
to
like-
the
and I can see your dirty pillows, Mrs. White.
right.
Yes.
I can see your big floppy dirty pillows, Mrs. White,
Big
in your
floppy,
nightgown.
dirty
Did you?
pillows.
Would you dress up in that on purpose?
She was her death.
That was
shroud.
her shroud. I guess so. So she follows her down there, and Carrie backs herself into a corner trying to get away from the mother that's trying to murder her and send her back to God.
And has
that
to
she-
mind flail 20 knives at her to get her to stop.
To make her look like the same light-up-eyed Saint Sebastian. And then she comes.
And then to give her
then
her
she
last
dies.
second only ever orgasm as she dies.
Right? She's so confused.
She loves it. This
She
is all she's
does.
wanted
The
is to die.
suffering like this.
Yeah. And to be all like crucified kind
Right.
of. It, totally.
She was
waiting
like,
for that.
hollow out my skull and put a candle in there like a jack-o'-lantern so I look like
So I
that.
can have
fucking-
light up
My
eyes.
eyes
Yes.
with Robert Plant hair.
But yeah, I wrote, Mama seems to enjoy it. I think she had her second ever orgasm at
Yes.
this moment.
Yes, she probably did because I saw her face.
She died with a Mona Lisa smile.
A
It was
moaning
just that
Lisa
little
smile.
moaning Lisa smile. She had just like the slightest
The
little,
little hint
upturned mouth.
of mystery.
So Carrie pulls a knife out and screams like
Right.
she can't believe she just fucking
Of
killed her
course.
mom.
She was like, "Oh shit, I didn't really."
She didn't want to kill her mom. She
Well,
wanted her mom to
was
love
trying
her.
to kill her.
Right, but
it was self.
it was self-defense for
With
sure.
an offset spatula.
Yeah, that fucking griddle
Right?
thing, like
Anything with an edge, man.
right,
Just-
like it was like the thing you
An egg
ice
beater, I
cakes
think,
with.
was in
Right.
there.
She actually doesn't have telekinesis. She's Magneto. She can only send metal objects.
Yes, maybe.
So now that her telekinesis is so strong and so out of control that she collapses the whole
Right, the
house
house
in on them.
starts to fall in, and
It's
this
almost
is where
like
you can
Poltergeist,
see-
where it like crumples itself up and
This is where you can see some of the shots where the stones fall in
okay.
through the ceiling
Yes.
or whatever, and one of them hits her. In fact, when she's in she drags Mama, pulls her like that sound that it makes when her hand pulls off. It's like
Oh yeah.
oh, it's a horrible fucking
Yeah.
sucking sound.
Thunk.
And it
Yeah.
sinks into
Yeah.
the ground and swallows up the house.
Catches fire because all of those candles.
And why did I write and swallows up the house and light bright Jesus?
Oh, is that what I was saying?
it was light bright Jesus, I
light bright
guess.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yes, because of the eyes, because that's the
You can
last
tell
thing.
as I drink more and more, I can't read my own handwriting. It becomes very
elongates.
like look at the beginning, how neat it
Right.
is.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
look at the end. It's like a different
There's-
person wrote it.
You're
There's
so
several.
long.
I
there's
know it
several
gets all
pieces.
lean. It
Yeah.
leans over.
There's several pieces where it does that shit.
So cut to an idyllic home where Sue is having a nightmare.
Oh yes. Well, first this is where she's asleep,
Her
and
mom's
the phone
watching
rings
over her.
or whatever, and she answers the phone.
She's
like,
young enough to
Mama.
forget all this. She's
How-
almost
she's
18 years
hell.
old.
she's not young. She's
Never,
never
never.
gonna forget this.
Which we will find out in Carrie too.
Right, that
She
she's
ain't never gonna forget it.
Never gonna forget it.
Never gonna forget it.
But yeah, she's like fucking 17. There's no fucking way she's gonna forget this. This is a formative moment.
Exactly. Forever.
So yeah, she's like, I wouldn't let her go to the funeral, so everybody's dead.
Yeah.
In this one, she's one of the. She's like the
Sue's
only
the
one
only
that gets
survivor,
out in
I
this
guess.
one.
Better
In the
put
other
that
ones,
8x10
there's
away.
Right, they're gonna have to put that one away like immediately. Take it off the
yes.
television now, Mrs. Now.
Oh, because that was kind of all her doing in a way. Like she set that in motion because Carrie
Well,
wouldn't have been at the prom.
If she just would have spoke plainly, or I don't know, not gone, or
That's what I
like
mean.
whatever.
Like her setting her up with Tommy gave her a reason to be in that
Right,
position
that's
where
true.
she could
Yeah,
be
that's
publicly
true.
humiliated.
Yeah.
And like Sue didn't think that through. Like you are, you know what you're doing, but you didn't tell all your friends. I'm trying to help Carrie
this
White. You
lends
let everybody.
to the whole thing about
Do
that.
their own
It's not
thing.
about Carrie. It's
It's
about her.
because if she really wanted to help her, she would have spread the word. Like, hey, like let's all be really nice
Right.
to Carrie.
Like,
I
maybe
feel
we
bad
should
and
stop
I want
being dicks.
I'm
Like
gonna
she
do this.
kind of does when she like goes along with detention and she
Right.
like tells Chris to shut up and like whatever. But it makes it more clear in the other iterations that Sue is not
as sweet as you think.
exactly like it is all about her. It's not about
Yeah.
being nice to Carrie. It's just to make her guilt feel better.
Because even in this, I'm like, why don't you just pull the rope out of her hands? Chris doesn't know you're there.
Well, she
Like,
was
you could've
trying,
just
I
been
think,
Right,
she
like
started
she went to
pulling
get
back.
under there, but I feel like
She
if you
didn't-
just would have said, Chris and Billy are under the stage.
Or
Like, just
screamed at
point-
Tommy and Carrie.
Right,
Yeah,
Chris and Billy are
Move.
under the stage.
Something's happening,
Right,
move, and it's
exactly.
not me.
Like I don't know
Scoot
what she
over.
was saying because she was saying something. I don't know what the fuck it was, but
No,
it must
yeah,
have
you
been
couldn't hear her.
gibberish.
Just go up on the stage, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
or jump
move.
up there instead. Like move, like take the bucket for Tommy.
Yeah.
Take the bucket for
Take the
Tommy.
bucket to the
You put him in
dome.
this position.
Exactly.
So she gets to have this nightmare of
Right,
going
she has
up
like
to
a
this
daytime
rubble
night terror.
with the thing that says Carrie White burns in hell
And
painted
this
on the
was,
sign.
Filmed in reverse and played backwards. Like you could see
Okay.
a car in the background and
Oh.
driving backwards.
I didn't even notice.
They did it to make it spooky, I guess. So she goes and brings the flowers to the fucking empty lot where the house was.
Well, that's where she disappeared or died.
I get.
so
Well, like,
it's her
well, how would
grave.
she know? She's dreaming. This is what her
True.
dream is. So she goes and it's like this very serene.
Yes, it's all soft glow.
She's wearing like it's so hazy all
It's
the
very
daytime
It
hazy.
is. Yeah.
So she goes and she lays these flowers down.
Oh, the bloody hand grabs her from below.
Dun 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 dun.
She wakes up screaming. Her mom consoles her.
And her mom actually thought that she was having a crap attack, and she says Amy.
Oh, she did. I didn't hear
But you
that.
can't hear it over the music. But she's like, "Oh shit, Amy!" Like she thought that she was like her acting was that good, even to her
Wow.
own mother, that she was really trying to console her. But also, speaking of acting so good, that is Sissy Spacek's hand
Oh, it really is.
coming up. She insisted
It'd be her hand.
upon like continuity wise, it has to be my actual fucking hand. And I guess it was like a problem
To bury her. Yeah, of course
Yeah.
it was.
and to get it right and all of this other stuff. But I could only imagine. I wish I could have seen this in theaters.
Oh yeah, I bet you.
Like,
could
could you
probably can
imagine
these days?
sitting
They
there?
keep doing those old movies.
Well, I
in
know, but
theaters,
like for the
at the
first
time, yeah,
for
Yeah.
the like because you can't unsee it. Like
Right.
everybody knows the big jump
Yeah.
scare at the end, but to have been able to have seen that for the very first time in the theater with a bunch of other people, just when you think it's over, it's not.
and
So peaceful. No.
I know
Carrie-
until it's not.
Carrie doomed Tessa to think she was going to get pig blooded at the prom.
I did. I really
Yeah.
thought I did. I ended up on like a nomination list for prom queen, and I was like, absolutely
Not
fucking
gonna be
not.
me.
You really want me to burn this bitch down?
Yeah, I don't
'Cause
think I
will.
ever. I went to junior prom and senior prom, but I don't think I was
I
nominated
only
for
went
any.
to. I only went to my senior prom, and only because.
Well, I only dated
was my
boys that
senior
already
prom.
graduated.
Well, I didn't
so
even go with
they
the
were not
boy.
on
I
the
went
prom
with
king
Jamie.
nomination.
And we got each other corsages and everything, and wore like pink dresses.
I
Together.
did wear a pink dress.
I wore a pink dress. I
That
wore
was
a baby
also-
pink dress.
That
Yep.
was also part of the joke was that I was coming in like a full baby pink.
It wasn't
mine
even a
was
joke. Mine was a
very
favorite
close
to
to
my
hers.
mom because I wanted a black dress and I always dressed like a boy. And my mom,
Same
because I
bitch.
was so skinny and she had a weight problem growing up, really wanted to dress me up like a little doll in little
Right.
midriff tops and mini skirts. She even encouraged me to get my belly button pierced. And I was like, no, I don't want to. But she really wanted to see me in
Right.
something girly. And so
Same.
I got like a princess gown, like a
Oh.
corset top with the
Right.
ball gown bottom, but in like baby satin pink.
Mine was
Nah.
a vintage dress that I got at Aardvarks in Hermosa Beach.
Gunny sacks.
Ah,
I got mine Jessica McClintock outlet / gunny sacks.
mine was.
I went to Windsor
1950s.
Fashion, bitch.
One. I think the
1950s.
dress
Tyler
I
Mall.
got my senior prom, I think, was from Macy's because I went to 4 stores and I could not find what I wanted. And in the dressing room at Macy's, there was just a dress hanging there, and I was like,
We're
"Fine,
like, that's it.
fucking this will do."
No.
I did that after I got pissed because I wanted a freaking whorishly red, beautiful
I might have known it would
body
be red.
crown dress. And I ended up with a ballerina pink, very close to what Carrie wore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a slip dress
Type
kinda
deal.
slinky.
Yeah.
Slinky.
So yeah, I did watch The Rage Carrie
the Rage
2.
Carrie 2, which
So-
I enjoy.
It wasn't bad except for that I got too drunk and I don't remember
Well,
the ending until you told me. But
Right.
it's got Jason London,
Yes.
Randall Pink Floyd.
Right.
It's got Zachary Ty Bryan, Brad from Home
Playing
Improvement, playing himself. Pretty much. Actually, a nicer version than real Zachary Ty Bryan. He didn't
Apparently,
beat
I didn't
anybody
actually
up.
see him hit anybody.
Exactly.
Mina Suvari,
Mina
a little
Suvari.
Mina Suvari. I don't know what the main girl's name is. I
No.
feel like it's the
She's
name
not
was
Carrie.
Rachel.
Rachel.
And Sue Snell, Amy Irving
Is the
reprising
school
her role.
counselor.
I can't believe they let her be the
After,
counselor
and
of
she
that
was
school.
apparently institutionalized
That's
according
what
to
I'm
her for a
saying.
period of time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, first of all, why would she want to?
Right.
And second of all, why would they let her?
Well, it's not the same school. That school's still
Oh, I
rubble.
thought it was-
No, she takes her to
That's
the rubble
right.
of that
That's
school
right.
and is like,
well,
this
I
was
thought
my
it
high
was
school.
like the rebuilt.
Probably, but it's not built on the same.
Well, it's not on the same grounds,
It's
but it doesn't
fully
matter.
a new school, but
It
called
doesn't
something
matter.
else.
It's not the same.
It wouldn't have the
grounds.
ghosts in it because it's a new place.
No, but we still have the rubble here 20 years later.
That's very strange that 23 years
Yeah,
later or 22
22,
years later,
23
you
years
didn't
later, you
use
still-
this
yeah.
land for anything?
No, we just keep as a reminder.
Well, because didn't like 70-something people die, they said, in that fire? It
Yeah,
was like 76 people died.
The numbers vary.
So maybe they
depending on
left it as
whatever.
like a
some of
memorial,
them
like
were
a
more,
mass grave.
There were more survivors than others. In the book and the miniseries, she destroys more.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that.
But yeah,
Page
so she
Carrie,
turns
too,
out to be
doesn't-
Carrie's half sister.
Yes.
23 years later, somehow
Yes.
her dad has a teenager
Her-
again.
Exactly, and we find out
What?
that
Yeah,
her
that's why he's
mother-
Dick Warlock. Because
Yeah,
we're like,
it's
wait,
because-
what?
And also,
If that's her dad,
her mother
is another wackadoo.
religious.
Yeah. So he's got a thing for he be hitting up them
Damn.
religious wackadoos for
He's got
fucking
that loony
20
pussy.
years. And so there's got to probably be more
Loony Christian
telekinetic.
pussy.
Telekinetic.
It's got to be on his
That
side.
telekinetic
Yeah, it's got to come
pussy.
from him.
Right. Because also they do mention that, like, this movie mentions it briefly, the book mentions it more, the other thing mentions it more, that he did. Her father was a philanderer.
What if he was the devil?
Ooh, the
yeah.
actual devil, just
Actual
like Margaret
devil.
White said. Maybe that's why they were all
Wasn't like
religious wackadoos.
Randall in the Stand? Wasn't a Randall Flagg? Wasn't he
Kind
kind of
of.
the devil? Maybe
And
he was like
also
a Randall Flagg.
The dude from Needful Things. that
Right.
owned the
Maybe he's
shop
one of
was
them.
kind of
Maybe the
devil.
dad's one of them.
Wasn't there another one? Who else?
I feel like there was another one where they're like sort of a
Right.
They don't
Like,
ever
it's
define
not-
what they are, but it's almost like they're a lesser god. Like they have
Yeah,
these
yeah,
powers
yeah.
or something.
Or like they're like some sort of demon, but
Yeah.
not like fully Satan or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would make sense because it's also Stephen King and also Stephen King.
But no, I did not.
Did you
I
like
wasn't
his
like.
Gremlins?
I wasn't like this movie's terrible. Like it was very
Right.
90s. It was very
I mean,
90s.
oh, for sure. It's very of its
that
time.
ball chain necklace on
Yes.
Zachary Ty Bryan.
Yes,
I had
girl.
that shit.
Yes, girl.
Only mine was hemp. I think his was like leather and
Right.
balls. I think
Like
mine was
whatever.
hemp
Leather
balls.
and balls.
Leather and
I
balls.
bet, girl. I bet.
And if you,
know
guys
I
didn't
love
know
it.
about Zachary Ty Bryan, look up his arrest record.
Yes, he's got quite an array of mugshots.
And if you didn't know about Jason London, look up his arrest record.
yeah, he's also got quite an array of mugshots.
But when you look up Zachary Ty Bryan, the first result is a mugshot.
And
I don't
he's-
think the same goes for
No.
the London twins. And they both the London twins have a troubled,
Yes.
troubled
done
past.
some shit.
And this is the Rage Carrie 2 is Randall Pink Floyd London.
Yes.
And then we decided he's the one who shit in the cop car.
Yes, he shit in the cop car, but the
Dazed
other
and
one
Confused one. No, that is Dazed and Confused.
That is
one.
the Dazed and
Mallrats
Confused
one.
Mallrats
beat
one.
up his wife.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's the domestic one.
So drunk in public shit in a car ain't so bad compared to beating up your wife.
And also, Zachary
the
Ty
mad
Bryan,
pooper.
like he's also a
He's a
domestic abuser.
repeated offender.
Repeated offender.
In several states.
In 3
Right?
states at least.
At least 3 states that we could find.
Yeah.
He be
He
beating
just
women
does it
all over the fucking
all
nation.
across the great
Is it the
American
same woman?
states.
Or is
right,
it
like
separate
he just
women?
takes her
He's
across
just
state
dragging
lines.
her
Does that
across?
make it a federal offense if he takes the same woman across state lines and beats her ass in every state?
Now he takes her to international waters.
He takes her
learned
4
his lesson.
corners and beats her ass in 4 states at once.
Babe, we're going on a
that's
cruise.
terrible. That shit's not funny.
That's bad. That's bad. Last week we had child abusey, Gary
Right.
Busey's cousin.
Oh, that's right. Now we've got domestic abusey. Gary
the
Busey's
second
maid.
cousin or uncle. I don't know.
Gary Busey's
Twice
maid.
removed.
Domestic abusey.
Oh my god. So yeah, that's Carrie.
Shit.
I don't
Yeah,
think.
happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. We might have messages, but it's an hour and 16 minutes.
I
I'm
know,
not gonna
whatever.
go
This is
searching
enough
them.
for you, isn't it? But yeah, we got more
Moms coming your way. Not as
We're-
I think the rest are
No,
not
I
as
think
bad,
they're
right?
all-
We've
the
got
rest
better
of
and
them are
better
light.
moms coming.
Well, the next mom,
Sure.
She's a
depending
good
on how
mom.
she is a good mom. She's
She's not a
damn
good person.
mom. No,
She's a damn good mom.
but she's a damn good mom.
So that gives you a clue.
Maybe.
And so, yeah, follow us on all the fucking things. Rate us, like us, review us, leave a star or 2 or 5
Call
here
us,
and there.
email us.
702-720-DOOM. Text, leave a message,
All the
email
things.
doomgenerationpod@gmail.com.
Right, take us to prom. I don't know. It'll be fun. Maybe
We'll bring our dirty pillows.
bring your dirty pillows.
And
It'll
until
be cool.
next week,
We'll talk at you next time.
Later,
Doomers.